Okay, so this is the week 5 formative assessment that's due this coming Monday, the 27th by 9 a.m. So, first, what you're going to do is you're going to look through these two case studies and pick which one that you want to use for your study about ecological succession. So, the first part of it is you're going to, after you pick which one you want to do, by the way, these links are just bookmarks to different parts of this document, just as a quicker way to get to the articles. Both articles are provided to you in this same document. Um, so after you pick which one you're going to work with, case study 1 or case study 2, you're going to follow the annotation guide here. It's the same for both case studies. Um, and annotate the article as you read. I will have links to read alouds for both articles at the top of those articles as well. Then, after that, you're going to make sure to answer these 6 questions about your case study. So, you're going to first tell me which case study you picked, and then describe which type of ecological succession you think it is based on what you read. Is it primary succession or secondary? How do you know? What are the clues that are in there? Um, and if it's secondary, what was the major event that caused this change? Remember, secondary is formed from disturbances after a primary community has already been established. So that's not like the formation of a community for the first time ever, like it is in primary, but it's the reformation of that same community after it had already been established and then destroyed. Um, so just keep that in mind as you're reading your case study. The third question you're going to be answering: what were some pioneer species mentioned in the article? How do you know that they can be considered to be pioneered species? So what text details gave you the information that these are the first species to colonize that area? Number 4, what were some climax species? How were you able to identify them as climax species? So how do you know that these were species that were existing in the area when it was finally established and was going to remain stable for at least a couple hundred years? Number 5, why is the sequence of events important in the development of the area or the ecosystem in your case study? In other words, can the order of events change with the same outcome? Can the same ecosystem be formed if um, the pioneer species didn't come first and build to the species that eventually developed their lives there and so on? And the last one, how are biotic factors like predators, like availability of alive food sources like prey, competition, how are those biotic factors causing changes in abiotic factors like space to live, like um, the ability for different organisms to get sunlight. Sometimes, when eventually trees form, they create shade and they make it impossible for some organisms that need a lot of light to live under them.